Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GlobalAIBootcamp 2019.
Now, I have thousands of documents, but I have one report where I have a link and people can go and easily find out where the document is and when they want to search. They want to search by customer, they want to search by invoice, they want to search by when it was sent, how much was the amount, what is the disputed amount, where I'm spending more money. All those things you can do. But take that to the next level. Use Power Virtual Agent. Now I have stored information, but I need to enter in my ERP system. I don't want to do that also. Use Power Virtual Agent to decide, so create a flow which will tell, hey, my invoice number is this, because AI processed and told me that hey, invoice number is this, customer is this, and all the information. Now say I have my ERP system, I want to enter into that. Let AI do that. Why? Because with my virtual agent, I created a flow, and flow knows information which is pulled, where to put it in your ERP system. It is like automated. You might have used back office or some other application where you can create a macro just by clicking. So this is same thing, but it can enter. So now from scanning to entering into your ERP system, everything you can automate. But you just need to think about your process. My process is what I explained, what I'm going to do in demo. Your AI can go and find, hey, you have patches here, you need to fix that. But also it can give you more information to the customer, saying, now as a customer, I can go to my lawn day picture and I know what are the different things I can do with that. So, but just by creating an application, taking picture, you can directly, if you create as a service provider, first thing is you get information from the customer, and also you're providing more service to customer. Likelihood of coming into you is more. So you can create something like this, and then on top of that, you can provide customer with more information. What are the common problems? What are the common fixes? So those type of application you can create, and using JSON to pass it and then do further action. So without covering everything in a slide, let me go quickly, because all those things we are going to cover. Okay, so we are at demo. This is the entire process what we are going to do, and keeping in mind what time we have, okay, I will be able to do very quickly because I prepared it, but I want to go through at least the step how I prepared it, because we have limited time, I cannot cover the entire thing. So starting from here, so let me show you why I was saying. So I have a Power App here, right? When I create from the blank, and I'm going to give A, B, C. Oh, sorry. Because I was in projection mode. Extend. Sorry. So I'm going to create one flow from here, and I'm going to give AB whatever name it is, and I'm going to create it. When I'm you know what? It's not a good idea to have to know that. So I'm just creating a simple Power App. If I go to insert, because my tenant right now is in Canada, I don't see that option here. That's the reason I had to use different login. And if I go now to Power App and I say create from blank and there, I will have that option at the top. I'm going to start the process here, how do you create a model and everything. And then I'll use my prepared demo to save some time. But I want to show you how to create so that you can create yourself. Now you can get free Power App access also if you sign up for it, in case you are not able to use your client. So see, in my other Power App area, I didn't see Power AI Builder option. Now I have it. Okay, let us do the first step. You want to create a model. I want to create AI Builder using AI Builder. First, I want to create a model. So if you go to your Power App, in Build area, you can select form processing. This is the option I selected in order for me to create a form processing AI model. I can give some name, and it says 5 document at least. When I go to the next step, I can add documents. So in this case, I'm just going to add, that's the test, so train model, and I'm going to add all those. Now I'm trying to train my model. So first I need to provide input. I upload a document here. It will go through it. I'm going to, those are okay. Now I have those add document here. Next step I'll do is I'll analyze it. So it will go through all the PDF documents and try to identify the field that it can pull automatically. And then it will give you the different fields that you can use for creating your Power App. So AI Builder is low code. You can create any type of process automation using just UI. You don't need too much programming knowledge for creating this one. So you can start automating your business processes as much as you can. This is just to give you, inspire you to use it. I'm not going to teach everything, but at least I'll give you idea that what type of things are possible, and then you use your business processes the way you want for. Okay, so we have, we selected from the field. Now next step, we are going to also tell what areas we want to find out. So if you go see, when we analyze, it gives us idea that I can pull information from different, now I'm using one sample to tell my model which area I'm interested. So when I click here, it will be added on the right side. So it not only can process the field, one field, but it can process the table also, information. Now, if you want to see all the fields, you can go here, and those are the fields it can identify. As you go over it, it is telling you the information. Now, say I want to change the name Bill to X, Y, Z. I'm not good with names, so I'm just typing. But if you want to say something, you can change at this point. And now, once you are done training that, okay, I don't want to, right now it is pulling only 2 fields. I want to pull only 4 fields. And when I'm happy, those 4 fields will be here. But in this case, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave as it is, and I didn't change anything here. I want every field selected, and I'm done. So now my training is done, 11 files selected, I want fields selected, and those are the fields. And now I want to train. So my model is ready. I identify from the PDF file what I want to pull, but I want to test it out as well, whether it is a good model before I publish it. So you can quickly test here. I can upload from, just to test it out, from one file, and I'll select this file. It is processing the information based on model you train. Huh?
It's from training.
You select it from the trade.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just using sample, right? So actually both are almost same file, and the one I selected is the best, so that it doesn't fail. So now you can see that based on my model, it identified different areas. So this could be any invoice, next invoice, 100% confidence, 100%. Why? Because this is the best file. I know there are some worse files which are input. But it could be possible if there is something, some issue, you may not even get the field because it cannot decide. So I'll select one worse file also. Just I want to start over my device, and let's go to my test and maybe this one. So I want to train, I'm checking different file, and it's all AI, right? One time it may work, sometime if you are not trained enough, and what you need to do is, oh, it's good, all of them identify. So it is possible that you may not get the result you are looking for. So you need to provide more files to train the model. For now, we provided 8 files, and you can retrain also. So, or if you want to automate that process also, you can automate training process as well. So now we are happy with what model we created. We can publish it. I'm not going to do, oh, let me publish it. It is AD. Now your model is ready to consume. You provided that your input will be PDF, what field you are interested, and what output I'm looking for. So let's start using that model. You can create from the blank. I'm going to use my existing one because we are, and I'll create the app in that as well. So I think I already have, okay. So it is open. I'm going to create a new page so that I can show you new screen. Let us create a blank screen. How do you start using that model? As I said, you can go to insert. The first step is form process preview. I'm adding an area where I can consume that model. So square window is there. I need to tell what model to use. So if you see on the right hand side, we just created AD, which is available for us to consume. I'm going to use the next one. So I can say AI Bootcamp, prepare, you can resize it the way you want. Window. Because I had analyzed in that option, I want to analyze something, I just use that model, and at this point, I can start using it because my model is trained. When I click on analyze, it will ask me what file you want, right? I can select the file, and it will process because it will now, our input for our model was PDF file. I selected, so it is processing the information and it is ready, but I don't see anything. It already consumed. Right now, PDF preview in Power App is not available the way we did it in AI model. When we checked it, whether it is working or not, it was showing different field highlighted saying those are the information it is pulling. Right now in Power App, that information is not you cannot view. It is coming near future, you will be able to view in Power App as well. So for that, what I did was, I just created some text box, and that's what I'm going to show you here. I just created here, right? And this is text input, and this is some simple label. So I want to show you, when I analyze, I'm getting the data from there. That's why what I did was, left-hand side I put the model, and right-hand side I'm pulling the output from that model. How do you pull output from that model? If you see in Power App, if you are familiar with, you can simply, it's low-code solution, but obviously you need to know how to pull the data. So if, for this purpose, what I did was, I insert here, and I inserted text input, and that's what I'm going to do here, so I can show you. That's what I did. And your default value is text input. I need to change that and tell that, okay, hey, pull the data from output from my model. In order to do that, you have to, instead of default value there, you need to change to from processor 1. What is from processor 1? That's the model we use. So if you see on the left-hand side, it is called from processor 1. So I'm telling what value to put it in by using information from model. Hey, go to form processor 1, and from form content, field which is invoice, pull that information and put it here. I could use any other field we selected there just by maybe copying this and copy. I can copy, paste, and now I can change field value here to maybe my I have different, maybe I want to pull due date is already there. I want to pull from, right? I want to pull who sent me that invoice. If I want to pull that information, now I'm going to go here, and actually I have invoice open. So I'm going to use this particular invoice, and we want to make sure that it is pulling information, invoice number and everything from there or not. I need to check it is Lawrence invoice. So let us start doing it. I'm clicking here, and that's the invoice. So I am going to pull. Now it is running the model, refreshing the data, and I should see some output over there. Okay, see, if you see 366 invoice number, 366. That's gone to PDF, pull that information, Lawrence Publishing, you have that complete address and everything. That due date was May 12, May 12. I can select any other file also, same way. Because I trained my model, I can now use that information. So think about some process where you have a safety checklist somebody is doing. You don't want after that to process and enter somebody to enter manually in the system. No, tell them to just create a model, tell them to take picture. It will process, it will go and update those fields where you want to update. Now, anything you can think of, you can use this model, train your model, and then create a structured data from that picture. So in this case, I'm going to select something else, Contoso, and it is again going, processing that information. Come on. Oh, so that is easy. I'm not going to, I want to move to flow because we have limited time. I want to also show action, how do you create different SharePoint list and everything. So let's move on to flow and use the same information. So I can go to solution and create it for AI Builder, or maybe I can go just my flow because and I can start and insert from blank. And here, I want to manually trigger the flow. I can do that also. Or I can create an application where my SharePoint library, when I add, automatically pulls the information. This is, every flow will have trigger at the beginning, and then what actions you want to do. In our case, I want to go and show you the list, because you have seen already. So this is the thing I prepared. So I prepared a SharePoint list based on what information I selected in AI Builder, my model. And if you see at the top, it is invoice information and customer name, bill to, invoice number. Exactly same thing, invoice date. This is the process. So based on my process, I created SharePoint list, balance due, subtotal, tax amount. All those information was available on my invoices. I created SharePoint list, but if you see in the middle, I have a table which I have to process differently. Those are itemized. Invoice number is at higher level and itemized detail at the item level. So what I did next was, I created invoice info, which is linked to your invoice, but collects the item level information here. And quantity, rate, amount, exactly same. Item, quantity, rate, amount. That's what I wanted to capture. Then my AI builder, I use AI model. After processing, I want to capture that information. So I created 2 SharePoint lists at different levels. Next thing what I did was, now I start creating my workflow. Power Automate, so flow. And I'm going here. Instead of creating everything, I will just show you how I design, so that we have only limited time, so we can think about. I'm going to add it. Oh, that's a different one. Okay, my flow. Solution. Okay. Solution done. I want to go to edit area so I can show you. So my process was, when I add a document, I want to do something. The way you will be doing it is, at the top, if it is a blank, you will start by, first you will start the trigger where it will say, I'm going to expand this, and let me add new step. So this is something what you will do when you start at the top. Say you will, in the flow, you have to provide different options. So in this, I will search for SharePoint, and you won't see that action here because we are not starting from trigger. Those are all the actions. But when you do that, there will be one option here when the file is created in folder, and I can search it here also just to show you. I will, in the background, just create my own. And popular services. I'll select the SharePoint, and when the file is created in the folder, all I have to do is I'll go and click on it. That will initiate my process. That is the trigger I use. And see here, and then you can provide your site name. Exactly same thing I have it here. First thing, say I'm starting at the top, when the file is created in a folder, you need to provide what document library you want to go and get that information from. So you have to be specific which document library you, when the item is added, you want to trigger the flow. So I provide, in this case, I provided AI Bootcamp. I have different libraries. I can select what I have access to. And then, next thing it will ask that what folder, so in which folder under that SharePoint side you want to pull information from. So when you click on the slide, it will say, and I selected invoices. So that's what I have here. That's what I have where the SharePoint library was there. Come on. This one, invoice one. This is SharePoint library and this is SharePoint list. Next one. I can answer why I selected, you can select it something also. Next thing is what actions I want to take. So I know when file is added, but what do I need to pull from there? So we have to call our AI model, hey, go and process this file when it is added. So you can add an action here, say, I want to add an action here, I can go and search for credit. So at the bottom, this is the action I can add. When I type in, I have, this is premium feature by the way. So when you click on credit, that's what you will get here at the top. Then I have to select which model I want to use for prediction. So I selected AI Bootcamp. In order for your request payload, there is a lot of documentation, but if your base is string or 64, base 64, you need to select vice versa, whatever you have. But the way you will be adding this field is, you can copy entire thing here, but on the right hand side you have expression. That's where I want to process that payload. What do I need to do? So go to the base and go to the file and trigger the output based on my AI model. That's what I'm telling over there. And then format it as, it gives me output in JSON format. So I need to, next step is I need to parse it. In order for it to parse it, you can do multiple ways. You can, at this point, you can test your model, run the model. Whatever output is there from the file, from AI model, you can copy and paste it in the next step. That is your JSON output. Now, if you want to parse it, and I can show you exactly how do you copy also, instead of just saying that it is possible. We have a few more minutes, so I can do that as well. So solutions order. Okay, and all the runs that we did, I'm going to open up so I can show you how I copy paste. I just don't want to say it is possible. I can. So this is successful run. When you click on this, this is the run, you have data. Your response payload, what you have here, that's what you are going to copy entire thing and paste it in your next one. So that's your output, what you want to process, how you want to process. When you have parsed just JSON action selected, you can, in content, you can say response payload and what do you want to, what is the schema. So you can copy paste schema here. Also, you can generate from the sample, and that's what I was talking to you. When you say generate from sample, you can copy, go here, generate from sample, and paste it, and click OK. It will create all the structure for you. Now, I already passed the data, I got the output, and if you see in my output, JSON output, here, I'm going to, here is the complete structure. So it is going to the property at the top. Our prediction output is our AI model output. When it processes, that's where it starts. And then it goes for the object. What are the properties? So I have labels at the top, which is the high level label, and next is my labels, and then next it is giving me the values also. So I can pull the label and values. So I'm not going to go in detail, that's what you do, copy paste the output. And then, because I have an output, now I can start processing data to SharePoint. In order for me to know the ID from where that file was added, I can go and select, hey, update file property. I want to get property from there, so I can add that action. What you have to do is, first I need to get that property. So in get property, I need to provide what is the site address again, and what is the file path. Because we already selected the file, that's where the process started. When you added the file, it already knows from where it added. So all you have to do is select the path, and in dynamic content, come on, I don't have time, and this is giving me a problem. Okay, so because I started from, I need to select here. That's what I was not seeing. So because I started from original process, I have, when the file is created in folder, from there I have metadata. So I can provide the file ID, which is what I did here, file ID. That's why it knows what ID to use. Where, because in SharePoint library, when you add a file, each one of them is creating ID. I want to use that ID. Once I have that, I can add another action, hey, update the file property. So when it is added, as you saw, I had different columns, customer name, due date, and all those in my SharePoint library. So now I want to start updating that based on what file I added. So when you add action update file property, it will ask you what site you want to update the property. Okay, so I'll select the same one. What was the library name? So it was invoice name, that's the library we created. Now what ID field you want to use to reference, because it needs to know which row I need to update, because you may have thousands of files over there. Out of that, which file you need to update. So that's the reason I'm providing the ID, which I got it from the top here, from the previous step information. And those are the fields I have it in my library I want to update. Now, in order for you to update, you need to use expression. It's not dynamic content, because after parsing that, I need to pull, because now I JSON output, but I need to pull information from there. And that's the reason I have copied this here, so I can I increase the size? Yes. And actually, it's in my OneNote. Okay, I have 5 minutes. I'll try to. No, it's not here. You know what? I can just copy from here, from run history. Next step is my output, so I can copy this and show it to you. So that's my output. Now, this output I need to process it. I need to pull information from here. So if you see at the top, I have prediction output. Next thing is label and then value. In order for me to pull the information from my output, what I need to do, and in order to save time, what I'm doing there is I'm starting with the body. It's a parse JSON I want to do, and then from the hierarchy what you have, you need to provide why question mark, because sometimes you don't have a field and there will be a problem in processing. So I'm putting question mark so you can skip if there is a values brand. And then I'm telling, hey, go to prediction output, and then go to next hierarchy, the label I want to pull, and what is the value in the label. That's what I want to pull. If you go here, my value here is this. If I go to next one, which is invoice number, my value is this. That's what JSON output is, but I need to pull information. That's why I'm doing prediction, then label, and then value. That's what I did here. I copy pasted. Let me go to my edit workflow. And that's the exact formula I use. So I need to copy paste that into expression area. And that's how it will pull the information from the JSON. Say that if you want to pull from invoice number, you put invoice number. If I want the subtotal, what I'll be doing is I'll be just changing instead of customer name, I'll be changing whatever value I want to pull, or whatever field I want to pull. That's how all the fields are there. And then I need to, because next one is a table, because table cannot be processed same way. Why? Because it's another hierarchy. So if you see here, when we reach to the table, and I'm better to type it up. So it's up. I need to do it down. And if you see here, when I reach to table, there is different hierarchy. There is a table, and then next one is table 0, because it's the first table. Under that, my names are here, item, and then there is a further information down below. So in order to pull that, I need to do differently. It's an exact same formula. You can copy paste whatever is over there, but instead of prediction output and all, I can, because I provided each loop here, I know there is only one item. So I can just loop it and say this item, go to the item and pull the value. So each table loop, because I'm looping all the lines in a table, I can go just provide a short formula. Instead of item, if you want rate, then you put rate here. So in a previous step, we were changing based on field name here. In this step, we'll be changing item, rate, amount, whatever it is. Then, this is the step I added, so I'm going to delete it. And then next step, what I want to do is, after doing for each and processing each line, I want to create an item, because I already updated my SharePoint library. Next thing, my another SharePoint list, which is itemized information, I want to process that. Exactly same way you do it from value, same formula, what you use it, and we are done. So entire process, what I did was in flow. If I collapse it down, but I want to now close it. So let us do, this is the final, I think 1 minute we are over, but after explaining, we need to just see if it is working or not. So I'm going to delete entire thing here. I'm deleting so that there is no confusion. Okay, so I'm just going to add one file here. And I added one file. what it should do is, because I added, it should trigger the flow, and it should take each and every actions what we define over there. And best way to do it, see, I had a fail because I was doing trial and error. I wanted to provide a complete solution. I think something unique because there are standard sample available, but this is something which I created for one of my customers who is just scanning the invoices and dumping files in different areas and reaching their metadata in SharePoint library. So I say it was a good idea to show it here. You can use, say, similar information. So when you add it, automatically Flow knows you added item over there, and if I refresh, and if I'm lucky, I should be seeing either successful or running. See, it is running. My flow right now is running. It already knows that it is added, it is running, and once it is done, and you have a log each and every run, fail, you can read on it also. And I can go inside the flow while it is running and see what are the steps already flow did. So here, all check marks. So it is done. The flow ran, and if you see here, in each and every step, it is giving me output also. So what it processed, item ID was 18, name was invoice from this, display name from here, and all the different information that we wanted, it already pulled it. What if we go back and check our SharePoint list? Hey, it is updated. So now, if you see here, my SharePoint, and not all fields are updated, but balance and all, it is already updated. Let me go and check it here. Is it the same one? Which one we processed? It is invoice from, okay, let us open, sorry guys, it is invoice from, okay, this is the one. So if you see here, that is the information. 975 was the subtotal. So that is the address. 975 is the subtotal. It pulled balance due is 96 something. So balance is 96.150. So it added all those information to your SharePoint library. Now, right? And then next one, if I go to my itemized information, which is just now added 1, 2, 3 item, which is, invoices here, I have 1, 2, 3 item. And if you see coffee maker, so item is a different, you have coffee maker pro installation fee, so installation fee, and it is $28, so installation $28 over there. So it already updated. Now I went ahead and did something different with, I'm not exporting SharePoint, but what I did was I wanted to link both fields. So if you go, I added invoice item link. So it updates every time because ID is updated, and then what I did was, if you go to column setting and format this column, I use another JSON. Based on my ID, I provided hyperlink. And what I did was here, I just say that go and filter the list based on my ID here and give me the output. So it's simple thing you can find out. It's not part of this demo, but by doing that, now I can click on it, and when I click, it goes to other, it opens other lists filtered by that particular line. So see, I did complete automation. If you have different hierarchy, when I click, I don't want to, if I go normally and see the list, I'll see entire item set. Maybe I have 500 items, but when I click, I wanted to filter based on my original list. So instead of showing this, now when I click, it shows me only the filtered list, what I have. That's all guys, I have demo, I hope you like it, maybe it inspires you to do your automation in your company. And thank you so much. Very quickly, sorry, 5 minutes. You know, I don't like to go over time, but there is something very good information for you to learn even more is here. And where is my time? Here. Not demo. Demo, I can skip it. Hey, want to learn more? This is our user group. It will be part of my slide. So if you want to learn more about Power Platform and how it can automate your business processes, go ahead and join our user group. We have a meeting in downtown. And if you are not from this area, usually also we provide. This is another thing. We have a Power Platform Bootcamp. It is on Saturday, February 15th here. If you want to be part of it, already 150 registration is there. So if you want to learn full day Power Platform event is there, free again. Microsoft Ignite. How many of you registered for Microsoft Ignite? Please go ahead. It will fill up fast and maybe it is already full. This is 2 days free event on anything Microsoft technology. Go ahead, register. It's free. It's in Metro Convention Center. Next one is if you attend Microsoft Ignite, you can get one certification exam, Microsoft certification exam free. So there's another benefit of doing it. So once you attend, after that you can register and take any of the Microsoft exam. Not any, there are some limitation exam for free, around $100 or something. That's all. No, I will be here. I want to wrap up and I'll be here if you have further questions. Thank you so much. Hope you like it.